Fuck it, we'll just do that. All right. I'm John. Oh man.
Yeah, so just try that.
All right. We're still looking in the same.
Yeah.
You
just sat down. Wrong.
Just.
Yeah. Start playing again.
Yeah. So I'm Big Chief. Oh my God. How I started music. Well, I think every kid gets forced to do something they didn't enjoy when they're like 10 years old, whether it's like play soccer, which was also me, or whatever. But I took a handful of guitar lessons when I was 9 and didn't enjoy it because I was playing Mary Had a Little Lamb and all that other stuff that kids don't like doing because they don't think it's cool. So I had like this little Fender like Strat junior guitar thing floating around the house. And then it was the summer before I was a freshman in high school. I want to say it was like August, so end of the summer. I just figured using good old YouTube, I just picked it up, walked over with my little shitty practice amp, walked over to my computer and just Googled, how to play blah, 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 blah for like 5 days. And I think it was probably like 10 different songs. I just Google, how do I play this? How do I play that? And most of them were over my head, but eventually I just started doing that, and then I didn't stop. I eventually borrowed my uncle's guitar for, I want to say, like 6 months, like the first 6 months, whatever. I borrowed his old Les Paul, and then just kind of kept going, and then eventually I got my own guitar, and then the rabbit hole has continued since then. But yeah, that's how I started playing guitar.
Hey, I'm Matt. I'm from Hong Kong, 20 years old, and I play for this band, Split Vision. I didn't start playing drums. I started with the piano, just like most Asian kids. My mom made me learn the piano when I was like 4 years old, and I didn't really have a choice, and I learned it until I was like 12 years old, and then I sort of finished with the instrument. Then I told my parents that I want to start learning the drums, and then they said yes. It's like when I was a kid, I'm those kind of kids that keeps moving around the house, and your mom forces you to play in the playground because you have too much energy. It's like drums. It's like the same thing. You can play your hearts out, have fun.
My name is Nick Byram, and I do vocals in Split Vision. So I'm actually very new at vocals in general, screaming especially. I've never done any sort of screaming. I was doing, choir type deal. I was actually a beatboxer when I was a kid because my singing wasn't good enough to be with, the whole singing group that I was in as a kid. So I would just do beatboxing, and it was fun making sounds. But my singing started is when I messaged John and saw his profile on this musician app, and it started there. I messaged him. I just see he's looking for a vocalist. I was like, that's not me, but here we go. Let's make the jump finally. I've always been thinking about it, playing guitar and stuff, but that was the moment where I just jumped ship and never looking back.
So the true background of the band name though was.
Let's get right into it. Yeah.
So the true background for the band name actually was the name of a song on this solo album I did, and the original name for our band was. I mean, do we want to get into our original name that we? What was it?
No.
1 month. We had 1 month and we just looked at each other. We were like, no.
We came up with Drift Vicinity. It is the absolute.
The goal.
Piece 2 words together.
So our
Terrible.
goal was what? Ambiguity, but kind of like make it sound interesting in a way where you can kind of ground it somewhat. But then we kind of went full. What the hell does this even mean?
It was like,
Too
it was like
much.
Dream Theater equivalent.
Yeah, where it's just like, all right, what is a
2
dream theater?
words.
What? Yeah. What is a veil of Maya?
So yours was, and we came up with Split Vision because you had a song, and then I also thought that, like I said, anyways, so having people that think like you but not exactly like you, the best way to work as a group, in my opinion, is you have people who think like you. I can't get thoughts out ever, but they think in the opposite way,
You said that
like
before.
you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's where Split Vision comes from. That's what I think of. Is I feel like you and I work in opposite directions, and it did start with John and I. That's the only reason I would go there. I feel like we work in opposite directions, and we have conflicting ideas. And then Matthew is the light at the end of the tunnel that says,
like Matthew
actually,
is the judge.
John's right, or actually, I like Nick's idea. Or,
We get
and
the defendant, and we have the execution. What the
That's
hell
why
is
it's
it?
better if you have a
he's a doer, and we're both thinkers.
three
Yeah.
people in the band.
Yeah, and,
If we have 4 people,
Yeah. Oh God, forget about it. Yeah, we need 2 Matthews if we're gonna have. If we have 4 people.
Lifeless tether, the breaching cold earth.